Matthew, how you doing, my friend? Okay, so I have one thing here that's a problem. So here it is. All right. So first off, it looks okay. I mean, considering the fact that this is your first human model, right? You managed to get him to a certain point that it looks okay, right? But there's a couple issues. First off, let's look at the angle of this model for a minute, right? When I look at this guy at an angle, I can definitely see that this and this and here, this is a corner, right? Nobody has a corner going through their whole body, right? So basically, it's just a box, and that's the thing. You have to sort of destroy that by pulling out the points. So let me show you what I mean by that. Let me turn off the symmetry. Now the symmetry should not go above turbo smooth. So I did mention in the tutorials that this is bad, right? So you gotta pay more attention to what I'm saying, because this should be before symmetry. Now see, you're gonna get a problem here now, right? And that's because your geometry isn't right to the middle, right? So let's fix that first. So you see you have a split in the middle here, and we have to get rid of that. So edit poly. I see. This is kind of strange. Turn that off. There we go. Grab this row, the row of vertices, and just push them inwards like that. Oh, that's even more better. Maybe it's this one right here that we have to pull. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So I'm gonna hit undo for a minute because we have to delete this or deselect those points. In fact, we don't really need these ones here, just the top here. Right? So that'll fix your whole model, right? At least just gonna deselect this. And yeah, so that we got rid of that split, right? Second, no arm has this sort of configuration, right? So you have a lot of n-gons, right? You see this? This is an n-gon. That's bad. This is an n-gon here too, because it has 5 sides, not 4. Then you have a triangle here, right? So the reality is your model needs a bit of work, right? So first off, we have to make the waistline not a square, right? So we're gonna push this in, and you know what I'm gonna do? I should have done this in the beginning. Just hide everything else for now. So Alt Q, so it isolates the model, right? And then of course I'm gonna grab this and just I'm gonna rotate around the vertices. So there we go, right? So now it makes it a little bit better to work with. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this corner, right? Because that looks so bad. Right? And then same thing with this. And we're going to start to create a circle, a curve, right, along these vertices. Right now it's all jagged, all messy. So we just move this back. Move this back at an angle, right? And same with this one here. Again, we want to have a curve. Oh yeah, it's okay with that. Okay, right. So the more you do this, the better it's gonna look. So I'm gonna look at the turbo smooth now. It starts to look more circular, right? More curved. And same thing with the legs. You have to do this on all sides, right? Because I think you have to way too many sides, but it's still doable. So get rid of like these guys here. Like, I mean, you have to connect them together, right? So use the connect tool, or it's connect or weld. I believe it's called weld. Nope, not weld. Sorry, my bad. It's called cut. That's it. And join them like that, and then like this makes more sense if you do it like this, right? Because that makes a quad, and then get rid of this line. So what we do is we're gonna go to the edge now, right? And then select this edge, and then I'm gonna hit remove right here, which I found this up here, right? One of these pull down menus. So remove, and there we go, right? So now this is a little bit better, and it's still, you still need to add more. Like, I mean, it's right now it looks, you know what I mean, like just even doing that will make the shoulders look more like shoulders, but the shoulders don't look like shoulders because right now it's a box. So we're gonna have to also start to think about the curves, right? Now, usually when I build my characters, I build this in mind already. I never leave anything to look like a grid or straight lines. This is a straight line, this is a straight line, right? But this is a curve. So we're gonna grab these 2 points and move it like that, right? So now suddenly it looks a lot better, right? This needs to be adjusted as well. So, and then of course, this one right here, right? Just start to bring it down or up like that, because the biceps don't, they actually come out more, right? This should be a point, not a flat line. So again, you see what I mean? Like, it needs a lot of work still, in the sense of shaping this guy accordingly, right? Now, how do you learn how to do all this? You're probably thinking, just look up anatomy books or even muscle magazines, right? In order to see the shape of the anatomy. This is kind of bad, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the cut tool again. And then restructure it. And then I'm going to end up with a triangle. So that might not be wise. So that means that I can probably get rid of one of these edges. So if I go and grab the edge, if I hit number 2 on the keyboard, it'll give me the edges. Double click, I can get rid of this one, and then get rid of this. There we go. Quad, quad, quad. Now, if I go to vertices, you have these floating vertices now, so we have to also delete these. So I'm going to do them by one, just, and max is kind of weird that way, but there we go, right? Delete, and that's it. So now that's fixed, right? I'm going to try to leave these evenly as possible, right? So bulge it out more, right? To start creating shoulders, right? Right? So now when you press that, it looks a little bit better, right? Still needs work because nobody has sort of like a crevice like that, right? So you have to really pay attention and start to make an effort to mimic the human anatomy, right? And again, it's something that I can't really show you or I can only explain and point out those problems, right? But the reality is, it's a matter of you getting into it and take that journey, right? Exploring anatomy, right? Everybody, anybody that's good at drawing or modeling, who can do the anatomy, is because they've already had some experience dealing with that, right? So it's never too late to learn it. That's the thing. And it basically takes just paying attention to the human anatomy and how it works, right? So that's it. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna, again, I hope that you'll make these adjustments as well. Okay.